If you get terrible back pain every time you get out of a chair, then we've got an easy fix that you can use to make an instant difference, reducing your back pain or the sciatica you experience each time you get up. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Michael Fatika, the lead osteopath and spine specialist here at Back in Shape, and we help people around the UK and all over the world fix their back pain and get back in shape for the long term. And in today's tutorial, we're going to show you exactly how you can use these 4 steps to get out of any chair without pain. There are timestamps below, and before we get into it, let's explain the 2 reasons that you get pain in the first place. The first reason that you're getting the pain when you get out is about how we go to get up. And as we lean forwards, we increase the loading through the spine, and that aggravates these discs down at the bottom part of your spine, actually compressing through any herniated or degenerate discs, creating immediate aggravation. And what that looks like is going to be all too familiar. You'll have seen family members, maybe even yourself, do this. As we go to get out of a chair, we literally tip ourselves forwards and kind of push out in that direction there, and then straighten up. And it's this position here that we are compressing those discs. We're putting more compression through the spine in general, and that's what can be the pain itself as we push off the chair in this position, creating the aggravation there. The second reason comes from the inflammation that builds up, normally when we're sat in this sort of position with a rounded lumbar spine. As we go to actually straighten ourselves up, we change the sizes of the holes in the lower back, and that pinches down on the nerves as we try and straighten up, compressing the nerves, giving sharp local pain in the back, or aggravating that sciatica straight down the leg. And we end up getting a bit stuck here because we can't bring ourselves to straighten up without tremendous pain. So now we've got the cause of the back pain when we're standing up out the way. Let's make a fix, 4 steps to immediately make it easier. And the first thing we're going to be doing is going to be realigning our posture first and foremost. So we're actually in an upright position, head over the shoulders, over the pelvis. This is the starting point. Next step is, with our core engaged in our posture, we're going to shuffle forwards ever so slightly so we find that our head, our shoulders, and our bum are a little bit more over our feet, as opposed to here where there's a big gap between our center of mass and our feet, which are going to contact with the ground. So we're in this position now. Then we're going to tighten all of the muscles. So we've got our core really tight, got our posture really tight. Maybe we're going to use the arms for a bit of support here, and we've got our feet as close to our bum in terms of vertical alignment as possible. Now for step number 4, we're going to imagine we're pushing the ground away rather than standing up. And all we're going to do here is like so. So to roll that all into one, we're going to be adjusting our posture first and foremost, shuffling towards the edge of the chair, placing our feet underneath our center of mass, engaging everything nice and tight, and then pressing the ground away from us to come up. Compared to the other option of tipping ourselves out like so and straightening up like a fishing rod, it really makes a massive difference to both the strain in our lower back and the changing in those hole sizes that we discussed earlier. Ultimately, if you're doing some of those mistakes when you're getting out of the chair, it comes down to 2 real things. Number 1, you've probably lost a lot of the muscle strength that was there in your legs over the years. And this can start as early as our 30s and 40s. We just don't use our legs properly, and therefore we lose the strength, and we find ourselves tipping ourselves out of the chairs, like we discussed earlier, more and more. And we allow that weakness in our legs to become more and more profound to the point where we do have a back injury. Now it's a real problem. Secondarily, if you do actually have a back injury, whether you've got degeneration, stenosis, you've got a herniated disc of some description down there in the lower back, sitting for extended periods simply puts more pressure on injured tissues. And in order to reduce the strain and the subsequent inflammation that is giving you pain, either on a day-to-day basis or when you get out of the chair, you've got to be smarter with the way in which we approach sitting. It's something that's bad for the lower back if we have an injury down there. In the same way that you wouldn't dream of hopping on a sprained ankle regularly, you shouldn't be sitting for extended periods. So limiting that will limit the amount of pain you're in while you're getting better. To help you really solve this issue for the long term, you want to make some changes like we've discussed here, but we've also got a full video on how to learn how to squat effectively, a full tutorial, link down in the description, and that'll give you the starting steps to start to learn to build some strength in those legs so you can more effortlessly get out of the various chairs, toilet seats, beds, etc. without experiencing pain in the back. So you can check that out again, link in the description. Hopefully you have found this short video helpful, and you can put into place some immediate changes to stop aggravating your back every time you get out of a chair. It really will make an instant improvement. Coupled with some of that strengthening work, you're going to find you can really rehab your back in an effective way and eliminate the pain for the long term. If you made it this far through the video, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully it's been a really helpful one. Consider sharing this with someone else who gets out of a chair like we've seen, and they can make some improvements too. And we'll see you in the next video or podcast.